This is the fly for today, and it's another one of the smallmouth flies I was experimenting with. So we got two different colors of marabou with a contrasting crystal flash strand, white estes for the body, and we got strung mirror flash for the back, and a head of steelhead dubbing with trilobal fibers in it. We also have red painted lead eyes for the eye, and then that's what's going to keep that fly down, and it kind of works in a jigging fashion. So here's how we tie it. Okay, we got a standard straight eye streamer hook, and we're going to start our thread right about there. We're going to make a solid base of thread. And trim that off. So this fly uses dumbbell eyes like a clouser, and we're just going to take that. We'll start the red dumbbell eye on, and we'll go the other way. So basically, you're just zigzagging to get it started, and then I just take a bunch of wraps one way, bunch of wraps the other way, and a few around the bottom like that, and I'm just going to bring the thread all the way to the back. Get them the way I want them, and I'm just going to put a drop of super glue on that to keep it in place. Not a huge drop, but there we go. Okay, so we got that. Now this fly rides upside down, so to not confuse myself, I turn it the way it's going to look. First thing we're going to put on is some olive marabou, and we'll get a section of that about like the length of the hook. We're going to get that right on the bottom, right there. Make a loose wrap, another loose wrap, tighten it up, a couple tight wraps, couple tight wraps in front of it, and a couple more tight wraps. Trim it. Then we're going to have a white marabou plume. Get that ready. About the same length. That's going to go right below the olive. So we'll do the same method, just a couple of loose wraps and tighten it down. A couple in front and a couple more here. Okay, good. Trim that. I'm going to bind all that down. And I don't have to cover it completely. I just want to get it tight to the hook. Okay, we're going to add kind of a contrasting color, which I kind of messed with this summer with these bass flies. They seem to like it. So we got copper crystal flash. Put 3 on each side. So do this side. Trim those. I'm going to do 3 for the other side. Get those in place. And we'll trim those. So next we got, this is like cactus chenille. It's mirror flash, strung flash. I want to get just the string part. So I'm gonna pull that out in the front and just get that. And we're gonna reorient our fly like so. And get that tied in. And I got a couple of fibers I'm going to clip. And a couple more. Get that all down tight. We're going to use pearl estaz. So we'll get that tied in. This I'm going to pull back, so I've got a hair clip, which are pretty handy. I'm just going to take that, pull all this stuff back and clip it in place. We'll get our estaz in. Get up towards the tip of that. Tie that in. We'll get that all the way to the back. Nice and tight. We'll come forward behind those eyes. And bring that down tight. Get a couple wraps, get that good and tight. Trim that off. Undo the hair clip. And we're going to bring this down. This is going to be the back of the fly. So about like that, and I'm going to pull that back. I'm going to start getting that down. A couple tight wraps. Maybe 3. And I'm going to pull that so it's good and tight to that fly. And do a couple more good wraps. And we're going to trim that. Okay, just go over everything, bind it down. Okay, last step, we're going to make a dubbing loop. Go like that. Make our loop. Come up to the front. And that'll work. So I'm just going to let that hang for a second. We're going to use, a lot of these materials are really meant for steelhead flies, but they work great on bass flies. So this is a synthetic dubbing. It's kind of difficult to work with, but that's what we're going to use. So we'll just get some wax. Gonna get a bunch of that in there. Just get it so it'll stick. I'm probably gonna get another bunch. Get that in there so it'll stick. Again, like I said, this stuff is not the easiest in the world to work with. We'll get it in the loop. And we're going to spin that. I'm actually using a whip finisher because I like it better than my dubbing twister. And that'll do it. We're just going to take that, we're going to make a head, go behind the eyes, and we're going to crisscross. And again. Bring that up to the front. Tie that off. Trim that. Pull everything back. And if you got fibers sticking out, it's not going to matter because we're going to use the thread burner. And we can trim some of these though. And we're going to whip finish. And I'm just gonna put a drop of super glue in there. Just to keep that together. Grab my thread burner. And that's it. It's a neat fly. Hi everybody, for today's fly tying adventure we had the last of the experimental smallmouth flies that I worked with this summer. So we're going to head into a new series coming next on some flies for the delayed harvest down in the south that I go to in the spring. So we're going to have a bunch of different patterns, usually fished for nymphing and some streamers. So that's coming up next. I want to welcome all the new subscribers. The channel continues to grow. I'm still trying to hit some milestones, so please, if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. And next week is Thanksgiving, so we're coming into the holiday season. We have Christmas and other holidays coming up for a whole lot of people. So I want to do a giveaway in the month of December, and I've decided that the way I want to do this is if you comment on one of the videos that are coming out, including this one, in the comments you send a picture of you with a fish. You're going to be entered into a drawing. The prize is going to be some of the flies that I've tied on video, and also a signed copy of my book, The Greats of Adirondack Fly Fishing. So that'll be by the end of the month. So dig out some fishing photos, send them in with the comments, and you will be entered. So I'm talking to you, Leif, my buddy from Sweden, that he still owes me a fishing picture. So hopefully he'll get one in and everybody else will. Thanks for watching.